You dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. As always, man, we're ready to do this thing. Bring it to you like we always do. Brad, how you feel, man? How you feel? You get over that bug, man?
I'm done. It's over with. You know what I mean?
You got over the bug?
I'm
Over
over.
the bug?
Over. You know what I mean? Little vitamin C, little vitamin D, little vitamin B. You know, all the vitamins.
They
really.
get you. They didn't put you on that Plaques COVID, did they?
They didn't give it to me. They said. You know what they said? You know what they said? They said you're so damn good looking and talented that you're gonna beat this thing without it. That's what the doctor told me, and I said, you know what, doc, I appreciate it. I'm a married man. I appreciate that.
You're gonna beat it. You're gonna beat
but
it.
I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat it. So I got it done, man. I got it up out of there. You know what I mean? And I'm feeling a lot better. And I'm ready for reality wrestling. No limits. You know, going down. The one thing I want to get hot off the presses right now, for the first time ever, 2 Battle to the Bell ladder matches are going to be going down at Reality Wrestling. 1 all men's, 1 all women's ladder matches. You climb the ladder, you grab the little hammer, you ring the bell, right? And the first person
ring it 3 times.
Three times.
Ring the bell 3 times.
Ring the bell 3 times. The first person to ring the bell 3 times wins that, and they can cash in that opportunity at a Reality Wrestling Championship from anywhere between when they win it to Christmas Chaos.
Guys, let's just get it out there. This is our version of the Money in the Bank. Okay? Yeah. Just put it out
There's
there.
no briefcase.
We stole it. We just changed the name. Battle to the Bell. Battle to the Bell. And you can cash in your ticket at any time at Reality Wrestling. I'm looking forward to Reality Wrestling going down this weekend. Top Dollar will be in concert. Lexus Key will be in the house taking on Ruthless Ryan Davison. Like you say, 2 Battle to the Bell historical landmark matches will take place. Yes, at Reality Wrestling at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. If you're anywhere in the surrounding area, guys, make sure you get on out there. I know we had about 30 tickets left or something like that. And we will be sold out. 30 tickets left, and we sold out, man. So make sure you get yourself one of them tickets, man, and come on out and have some fun with us. I'll be there. Of course, big championship match will be taking place as well. So, guys, you don't want to miss out. You don't want to get shut out. Make sure you step up.
Make sure you step up. You know, it's good family fun. If you've never been to Reality Wrestling, it's good family fun. It's not like the Tom Brady roast. You know what I mean? You couldn't bring your kids to the Tom Brady roast.
Man, they got deep, man. They got deep in that with that Tom Brady roast, man. I mean, they brought up names that you would think that was off limits. You know, and I'm like, man, they getting deep, but yeah, man.
Well, you know what? First of all, you know, the Tom Brady roast went out on Netflix. If y'all haven't seen it, I do encourage people to check it out because you had to be a great sport, Tom Brady did, to go and put himself through that, subject himself to that kind of torment. You've been in a roast before, right? We had the roast of Booker T. Now, people, I think, took it a little bit lighter on you than they did on Tom because they didn't want it. Even the people who came in via video thought you might jump through the screen at them or something like that. So everyone kind of came through nice and quick. 1, did you see a lot of the Tom Brady roast? And 2, how did you feel, and were you apprehensive about accepting the roast of Booker T?
I saw bits and pieces of the Tom Brady roast. I haven't watched all of it or anything like that. But for me, apprehension, no. I wasn't apprehensive at all about, putting myself in that situation, just like wrestling, man. With wrestling, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. At a roast, you got to be definitely willing to, take the heat, take a few bullets, whatnot. But you get a chance to deliver a few shots too at the same time. So that part is kind of fun, So for me, nah, man, it was actually really, really cool. Bruce came down and was a big part of it. So comedian Bruce, if you guys don't know who that is, but yeah, I had a great time.
I've always wanted to ask you this, because when you say yes to a roast, were you thinking like going down, like when you're making the drive down to the Improv, knowing this is going to happen, were you thinking of like, what are they going to come at me with? And were there any conversations prior to like, hey, I'm fine with the jokes, just not about X. Like, don't mention that.
No, I mean it was open season for me as far as what guys want to talk about. I had no rules, regulations as far as what guys could go out there and do. I think for myself, I was thinking about what kind of jokes I was going to tell. I was trying to think about what kind of cool stuff I was going to get in, and who was going to be in my line of sight. Who I was really going to I think the one guy that was in my line of sight was MVP. I was waiting on him because I knew he was going to come up and get me, but I said I'm gonna get him back. You know what I mean? So, but nah, man, I had a lot of fun as well as Bruce Pritchard. Had him in my line of sights as well. I said I got to get Bruce, But no, I had a great time doing that, man. Yeah. And me personally, I don't shine in situations like that until I'm in the situation. That's what's crazy about it.
Right. You can't prep too much. You have to be in the moment.
I can't prep too much at all. I got to totally be in the moment in order for the jokes to actually feel like they're actually real jokes. I don't know. It's kind of like a wrestling match. I never was one of those guys that wanted to call a lot of spots or anything like that. I wanted to go out and be able to feel it. See which way the crowd is going, and then I won't want to go that route. So I think it's kind of like that.
Who do you remember roasting you the best? Because you had a long list of people. You had MVP, Shelton, your brother, Bruce Pritchard, The Undertaker, Chris Jericho, JR, and Bully Ray, I believe.
Yeah, I can't even. Thing is, like you say, I can't remember.
Rob Van Dam.
I can't remember what guy pretty much roasted me the most because everybody kind of like put me over.
Yeah,
it was the lightest roast I ever see. But that's just a testament to who I've been, throughout my life, in career, as far as treating people a certain way. There's not too many guys that I say that could come up there and really, really throw down on me because it's been very few people that I've, really, really gone off on, disliked. I didn't really have a really, really bad attitude or anything like that coming up through the business or anything like that. I was always the life of the party. I was always making guys laugh and whatnot, So the Red Bull stories, stuff.
Everybody had one. Everybody had one that night.
I ran into Doug Basham this week. He was at the PC, and Doug Basham of the Basham brothers back in the day. One of them stole my Red Bull one time. Took a Red Bull out of the cooler. And man, I was so mad. I was ranting and raving. I didn't find out until the next day on the house shows who had stole the Red Bull because they brought me a case of Red Bull and an apology at the same time. So nah, man.
What's funny about the Red Bull, and for listeners you've probably heard it if you listen to us for a long time, but I used to think there was a singular Red Bull story that everybody would tell. Because I remember Hurricane Helms would come on here, he talked about the Red Bull. I remember Chavo Guerrero came on here, he talked about the Red Bull. And I'm thinking they're all talking about the same Red Bull story. But no, there's a variety of Red Bull stories. There's like at least 6 that I've heard of somebody making this grave mistake. And you would have thought they would have caught on and smartened up by the second one.
The one Chavo tells, though, is really, really funny because Chavo, he came by me one day and I was just drinking a Red Bull. I was getting a Red Bull in me, and then he came by, later on, and I was getting another Red Bull in. I normally get 2 Red Bulls in. And this day, I decided to drink 3 Red Bulls. And I drank those 3 Red Bulls, man, and I was like bouncing off the walls. I was doing jump rope. I was sweating. I was going to go out and just shock and amaze that night. And I went out and I wrestled. Got through that match, and I came back. My stomach was so upset. I had a big trash can in front of me, and I'm throwing up in the trash can. And Chavo walks by me this time, and I looks up at him, and I go, "Too many Red Bull." And he's just laughing at me. And I'm throwing up like crazy.
Oh, man. See, I'm telling you, there's a plethora. We could do a YouTube playlist of all the Red Bull stories that have been told on this show over the years. You know what I mean? Over the years. Yeah. It would fill it up, man. Oh, my goodness. You know, you and the Red Bulls. But you
even
know,
TNA. TNA got it, too.
Yeah, you had Red Bull stories in TNA?
Oh, yeah, I had Red Bull stories in TNA.
Gosh.
Yeah.
You should have just brought your own cooler. Did that never occur to you? Let me bring my own cooler.
You know what? I think I like doing it. I think that's what it was. I think
you were sitting there. You set these guys up.
I was planting the Red Bull.
You were setting these guys
We got to take a break, man. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Sucker! And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
You know, let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com and use promo code and receive your first month absolutely free, man. Visit BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, you know, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it.
Hey there, beach babes and beach bros. Are you ready to soak up the summer vibes and strut out with your ultimate beach bod? Well, good news, because our friends over at Manscaped have got you covered from head to toe.
Oh, yeah, Brad. We're talking about the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the all-in-one grooming kit that's a total game changer for your summer look, man. With Manscaped, you're not just grooming, you're unlocking confidence you need to turn heads this beach season. Oh, yes.
That's right, Booker. And we're talking 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And because you're listening to us, you get a special deal. 20% off plus free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. Let's make this summer your smoothest one yet.
Man, let me tell you about the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This bad boy got a summer makeover. It's waterproof, perfect for those splashy pool parties and beach hangouts. And don't get me started with the Weed Whacker 2.0 for those pesky nose and ear hairs.
Oh, and after you trim, you've got to try the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion. Say goodbye to chafing and hello to comfort all day long. Plus, the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, absolute must-have for those hot, sunny days.
Hey, and don't forget, every purchase come with a little extra free Boxers 2.0 Midnight Bravo. Talk about comfort and style that fits like a dream. You're gonna love it, I guarantee.
So what are you waiting for? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Booker.
Yeah, the summer sun is here to stay, so trust Manscaped and keep you looking and feeling cool.
Jump on this deal, y'all, and stay groomed this summer with Manscaped. Your beach bod deserves the best.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I don't know, man. What should we go today? What should we take the show?
Well, we have some super chats coming in, and obviously you're always encouraged to super chat in if you have a comment, question, opinion, take that you want to share inside the Hall of Fame. We always are looking forward to it. We want to welcome our YouTube audience, our social media audience, the ESPN 975, 92.5 audience, the 102.5 The Game audience, the podcast Heat audience. We appreciate all of you. But there was something that I think that we should clear up because there was an old clip. I wanted to ask you about this. I hope you don't mind. There was an old clip that was going around social media of somebody who you know very well, Rick Steiner, Hall of Famer. I believe the Steiners are in the Hall of Fame. They are, actually. Yeah, they're in the Hall of Fame, and y'all wrestled quite a bit in WCW. And, of course, Braun Breaker's doing great things in NXT now. He's the son of Rick Steiner. But there's an old clip that looked like from one of those shoot interviews that used to go on YouTube all the time. And they were asking Rick about you and about kind of y'all working together. And I won't play the clip, but I'll summarize.
I heard some of it.
Okay, you heard some of it. So the clip essentially said that, well, which was a little bit shocking for me to hear, knowing what I know about you and your career. The clip stated that, you politicked your way into the world title. You went to the NAACP and complained that there weren't any black champions, and you were part of, a lawsuit or what have you, and that's the only reason you ever became the world champion, because of the politics. Now, again, I don't know if you ever had this conversation with Rick before or heard him say this, but I was kind of shocked to hear that, and I wanted to know kind of what did you think, not only about the clip, but is there any truth to the matter? Did you go to the NAACP or politic your way to the world title? That'd be news to me, is what I'm saying.
I don't think I was in a position in WCW to do any politicking.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it was a good old boy clique in WCW. And I wasn't a part of the clique. I was a guy that was just working, and I was gonna, be there, due to how good I performed in the ring, and that was pretty much it. I didn't have any friends. My brother and I, we didn't have any cliques. There was no buddy system for us, so I don't know how did I get in the politicking realm. I never went to the NAACP and pulled a race card. I was never part of any lawsuits ever in this business against any wrestling company. So I don't know where you got that information from. I always thought I was pretty tight with Rick Steiner. I never really. That's one of the reasons why I really never call guys friends. If you hear me talk about that all the time, in this business, if you find a friend, it's a rarity. It's been a lot of guys that I've been associated with. We've been, co-workers. We've been, road buddies, whatnot like that. But as far as friends, I don't have a whole lot of friends in this business. Due to that right there, Scotty, I think me and Scott, are tight, and being former tag team champions together, as well as, just having that camaraderie. It's never been a beef. It's never been a ego trip or any jealousy, with Scott and I. Remember the final night in WCW, and Scotty goes, Book, what do you think? What do you think they're gonna do, man? What do you think's gonna happen? And I go, Scott, what are you thinking, man? we're the only two that can take. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's me and you, you know. So now I don't know where stuff like that comes from. I don't know why someone, especially Rick, would say something like that. I was very, very braggadocious. Like I said, I noticed it was an old clip.
It was rather old.
And I know, coming out of WCW back then, a lot of guys perhaps would have said a lot of different things about Booker T, because I was rather braggadocious. I was one of the guys who was feeling myself. Even in that clip, Rick Steiner talked about me saying that I was top 5 in the business. And that's true. I used to say that, you know what I mean? And I used to tick a lot of guys off. Guys like, probably William Regal. He might have been one of the guys who was, ticked off at me back then. Fit Finley, he was probably one of the guys who was, didn't take too kindly to me saying something like that. Rick Steiner, he may have been one of the guys as well, but that was just me, and that's just what I thought of myself back then.
Yeah. So again, to shoot Rick a little bail, it was a long time ago, but I wanted to bring it up really to clear up anything about you politicking, because it's just never something I've heard you do before.
I've never been one of the guys to politic. I've never, talked to any of the writers once and said, hey, why don't we go this route with me? Or, hey, here's a good idea. I've never did that once. Literally, I've never did it once. Zero times I've done that throughout my wrestling career. I've never had to politic. I was always talent. I was always, the guy that you can go to in the locker room and count on to go out and deliver every time, no matter whether it was a broomstick, shovel, or another man standing across. It was going to be some good stuff. So for me, man, I've never politicked, never. So just to get that out there, you know what? I'm not even mad at Rick for, because like I said, that was a long time ago, and a lot of people probably thought a lot of things about me coming out of WCW, because I talked a lot. I talked a whole lot. Yeah, but I could back it up. Right. I could back it up in the ring, in the locker room, anywhere. No doubt. Seriously. And Rick Steiner know that too.
I'm sure
all them suckers know that.
You had to run into Rick between that video and now, right?
Yeah, man. We talked. I was with them on the bus the night they went into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They were actually either going to Comic-Con or coming from Comic-Con. Because I think they were leaving. I think they were leaving the Hall of Fame and going straight to Comic-Con because they had their bag with them. Yeah. I'm like, man, y'all finna, like Polaroids already. y'all getting ready. So no, we was having fun and chopping it up. I'm a huge fan of, Bron Breakker as well. So I don't know. Like I say, coming from Rick, back then, I'm that's not something I would expect hearing. But like I say, hearing it and it being that long ago, I do know a lot of people in WCW who were working at a certain level. They may have thought a certain way about me because I was loud. I was very loud, and that's just the way it was.
So just to dispel, you never called the NAACP about your world title shot?
No, I never called the NAA. Come on, man. That was a Bischoff and Hogan and all. And come on, that was you've seen the story.
Sure.
You've seen the story. I pretty much slipped on a banana peel and became the champion. I mean, Vince Russo, made the decision as far as, putting the title on me, and, he stuck to his guns. I appreciate Vince Russo for doing that as well. But I always say if Vince Russo wouldn't have pulled a trigger on Booker T, I don't know if I would have ever become the world champion. That's just the way it is. I think, was I talented enough to become the world champion? Of course. But I had zero to do with Booker T being the world heavyweight champion, as well as I never once thought or even dreamt that I would be the WCW world heavyweight champion one time. I just never took myself there. I just wanted to be the best guy in the locker room. I just wanted to be top 5 in the world. That's all I wanted to be. And the rest pretty much, just played itself out. The rest is history.
The rest is history, man. And it is what it is. It is what became today. 6-time world heavyweight champion. Not just once, Book, but 6 different occasions.
I politicked all of them.
Yeah, every single one of them, man. And you called everybody you could. The NAACP, the FBI. I don't know who you call. You had to call them all. You know what I mean? To make it happen. But we're glad that you did. We're glad that you took that initiative. You know what I mean? It's funny to me, too. You didn't think to maybe go talk to the head of creative about there not being a black world champion. You went straight to the
NAACP.
Went straight there. You're like, you know who really cares about professional wrestling representation in 1999?
NAACP. Call them.
Call them right now. Get someone. Who'd you call? It's just
Ben
somebody.
Crump. I called Ben Crump.
Ben Crump. There you go.
I got him on the situation.
Got him on the line.
Him and Al Sharpton. Yeah.
Jesse as well, right?
Jesse. Brought Jesse up out of it. Get me that title, man. Get me the world title by any means. Can you imagine? Can you imagine me calling the NAACP to win the world championship?
It's
crazy, man. No.
But we do have.
Hopefully we've dispelled all the rumors. Okay. Hopefully we've done that. We got to take a break. We got to take another break. Stick around, guys. I know the super chatters are coming. Stick around, guys. We will be back in a minute. Hey, are you ready to elevate your game and your style? Hey, this is Booker T, and together with Brad Gilmore, we're here to introduce you to something exceptional from PXG, their line of new golf apparels. Now, you already know PXG's reputation for creating some of the most high-quality, high-performance golf clubs out there. Now they've taken the same dedication to excellence and applied it to their latest apparel line. And let me tell you, they absolutely nailed it.
I've had the pleasure of wearing PXG's apparel out on the course, and I'm genuinely impressed. The quality, top-notch. The style, unmatched. The fit, like it was tailored just for me. These pieces aren't just designed for performance on the greens. They're crafted to make you look and feel your best, whether you're sealing deals in the office or enjoying a night out on the town.
And from the sleek polos to the comfortable but yet stylish pants, from the versatile quarter zips to the cozy sweaters, every item invites you guys to play all day long.
That's right, BT. PXG has something for everyone. We're talking about pants, polos, sweaters, hats, quarter zips, joggers, jackets, skirts, everything you could possibly want. You know, Book, we got some PXG gear in the mail, and I gotta tell you, I love the PXG hat. It fits just right, and that silky smooth PXG polo they sent got me feeling right out on the course. I feel like I get a couple extra yards out of my drive, and it also works real well in an office setting. I don't feel out of place, but I feel as comfortable as possible. So you tell them, BT, how can they get this PXG gear like we got?
Now, here's your chance to experience the PXG difference. Don't just play the game, elevate it. Visit pxg.com/BookerT. Use the code, man, Booker T, and step your game up on and off the course.
Again, elevate your style game on and off the course with PXG Spring Summer 2024 collection. Head over to pxg.com/BookerT and use the code Booker T to save 10% on all apparel.
PXG, nobody makes golf's apparel quite like it. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Have you heard about the mobile game called Modern Mania Wrestling GM? It's a pro wrestling general manager game for your tablet or your phone. It's a really, really hidden gem, guys. Great looking characters, sleek interface, easy to play in short bursts or long sessions. Simple premise. Collect cards for wrestlers. Match type, venue, skits. Use these cards to book wrestling shows. The better shows you book, the more in-game cash you'll earn to collect more cards. Team up with the right wrestlers and you will unlock their tag team card. Now, match wrestlers against each other and you'll unlock their feud card. How cool is that? Manage your roster, create factions, compete with or control other promotions inside the game's universe. Honestly, guys, it's a lot of fun. It's free to play. Developers are constantly updating the game with new characters and features. To get into the game, search Modern Mania Wrestling GM in the App Store or Google Play Store. Now, once you play through the tutorial, head to settings screen. And on the bottom right, you'll see the code button, man. Use that code and enter the promo code HEAT, and you'll get a bunch of free wrestlers and game cash. Wrestling fans, do yourself a favor and check this game out. Modern Mania Wrestling GM. Oh, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Super chatters. Should we get to them now? Should we wait?
I think we should in just one moment, because I wanted to get your analysis on something, because we were going into the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, which is going on very, very soon. And there's already been a couple of shakeups in that tournament. You know, one, Drew McIntyre, of course, had to go down with an injury. I think that he's been dealing with a shoulder since WrestleMania, and he's not cleared for active competition. Then we just found out Bobby Lashley also has to drop out from the competition due to an injury. But Bobby and Drew, I don't know actually how old Drew is, but I know Bobby has definitely been doing this a long time, has stayed relatively injury-free. He's had a couple things here and there. What do you think that this means with Bobby out? And I think taking his place is Angie Dawkins, man.
Well, the last time Bobby was taken out of the King of the Ring tournament, I did it.
That's right. Wait, you beat him for the King of the Ring.
I did.
That's right. Yes.
And now Bobby falls again. Injury prone, man. He gets injury prone. But no.
With all due respect, that was like 18 years in between. 17 years, something like that. You know, we'll give him we'll shoot him a little bail on that one. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. No, man. Bobby's down. Definitely, you know, it's one of those things, man. When you're in a tournament like that, something is always, you know, bound to happen. I remember when I was, you know, doing the best of 7 in WWE, and I got hurt, and Randy Orton had to take my place. Stuff like that happens. You know, it's just part of the game. It's almost like a jinx too. You know, when you get in those kind of tournaments, you know, King of the Ring tournaments, so it's almost like something that's bound to happen. But I'm sure Bobby's going to, you know, get back real soon, as well as, you know, winning the King of the Ring is one thing. Being the king is something totally different. So you got to really be careful what you wish for when going into the King of the Ring tournament. Might be a blessing in disguise.
You're saying that if you're in the tournament, that's cool, but winning it's very difficult to distinguish yourself from previous winners, or it can be a gimmick that's hard to run with, or
it's hard to, it's previous you know, winners is one thing, but the gimmick is hard to run with as well. I mean, I remember listening to Xavier talk about, you know, winning the King of the Ring tournament, something that he had wanted to do for a very long time. Just so happened, when I won the King of the Ring tournament, it was the perfect timing. Timing was, I mean, it was like the perfect storm. All the stars lined up for me, being the ruler of the SmackDown world. You know, being able to rule with an iron fist. You know, everybody is not going to be able to, you know, pull that off. You know, for me, it was a challenge. Being the greatest king of them all, the most majestic king of them all, it was challenging on a weekly basis, and that's why I say, you know, being in the tournament is cool. Winning the King of the Ring is cool. Being the king, something totally different.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because when you think of King of the Ring and you think of the people who've won it, especially recently, and I don't mean to disparage anybody in the last.
I do.
Well,
I do.
In the last several years. Okay. But, and I like pretty much everybody I'm about to list, right? But when I think about their King of the Ring run, I not a lot comes to mind, right? William Regal, I don't really remember his.
Failure. It was a failure.
I don't remember his run. Sheamus, I don't remember.
Failure. It was a failure.
Bad News Barrett.
Failure.
Baron Corbin.
Failure.
Xavier Woods.
Failure.
So, I mean, those are the last ones. Those are the people who've won since you. Now, it's also interesting to point out only 5 people have been King of the Ring since you won in 2006. There's only been 5 King of the Ring winners since your
Tell me this stat.
Mm-hmm.
How many kings became the world champion?
Like directly afterward?
After winning the King of the Ring tournament.
You're on a short list. There's like maybe 3 I can think of. Maybe 2.
Who?
Maybe 2.
Who?
Maybe just 2.
Who's that?
Okay, but here's the thing. You have to distinguish. You mean as the king gimmick, or they
as king?
Oh, I don't think that any others won it as king. You know, I know Brock won the King of the Ring, and then that's how he got the title shot against Rock. But he wasn't the king gimmick. Do you know what I mean? And so it was a glorified number 1 contenders match, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
as king, as king,
how many won the world champion? How many kings as king won the world championship?
It's got to be just you.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Did Macho King win? No.
It's only I. There's only one.
Yeah.
There's only one. And trust me, guys. That's not by accident. That didn't happen by osmosis or anything like that. That happened because I was just that damn good, man. I'm serious. That's the only reason it happened. It happened because they had no choice but to go with King Booker and really put the rocket in the machine behind him because he was majestic. He was the greatest king of them all, in my estimations. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
So there were 15 King of the Rings before you, right? 15. You were the 16th. Okay, and then since you, there's only been 5. Do you feel like you were not only the most successful King of the Ring as far as winning the title as king, but do you feel like you also killed the King of the Ring tournament?
You know, yes. As far as killing the tournament, I feel like I broke the mold.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but the thing is, I honestly said when I was doing the King of the Ring, when I first got the character, I said, after I finished doing this character as King Booker, no one else is going to ever be able to do this ever again. No one else is going to ever be able to follow King Booker as king ever again. Nobody's going to ever buy it ever again. And I said that just because of, there again, winning the King of the Ring is one thing. Being the king is something totally different. And I just feel like I had a blueprint on what being the king truly was, just because of my upbringing, just because of all the movies that I watched in the past. And I knew exactly what I had to go out and do as king, but I knew what I had to do also in the ring as the performer as king. Because like there again, the king rules with an iron fist. The king didn't get the throne just because people liked him. He was ruthless. He was a tyrant. He put, like I said, it was a beautiful time. The best time in my career. I can honestly say that. With Charmel, with Finley, with Regal. Oh man, that's a faction right there that should have went down in history if it would have been done a little bit longer.
Well, when you think about it too, though, it was a world championship run for you. It was so well received and well respected, they couldn't do the King of the Ring tournament at the frequency that they did before because you were the go-to comparison. And it turned out to be a Hall of Fame run for Charmel, right? I mean, it got that run is what people remember about Booker T, King Booker and Queen Charmel, right? That's what we remember, the two of you together, and that's what enshrined her into the Hall of Fame. And that's why it's the best. It's the best run. Now, looking at the board, I want to ask you this. Who do you think wins the King of the Ring this year? Is it going to be Ilya? Is it going to be Gunther? Is that going to be the final? Is it Gunther and Ilya in the finals in Saudi?
That's a hell of a matchup for it. This could be something that, jumpstart Ilya's, run on the main roster as well. Of course, this could put, a different look on Gunther. Who's gonna help the most? I think that's the question. Who would that help the most? I don't know. I don't want to book it or anything like that. I don't even want to call it. But if Ilya win, I'm definitely gonna be in this corner, man, because I love everything about Ilya Dragunov. I love this kid's style and the way he approaches this business, his passion, his word that I like to use, his zeal. Oh man. I mean, he brings it every single time. I know we got 10 seconds. They're going to be talking about Ilya Dragunov 20 years from now, talking about how great of a wrestler, how great of a performer, how he made me feel when I watched him. That's what people are going to be talking about. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everybody, Brad Gilmore here with the one and only Booker T, and today we're not just talking about wrestling, we're talking about something that's changed the game for both of us personally, and that's Mando Whole Body Deodorant.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. The most valuable thing in the world could be that #1 draft pick or home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but you know what's second? Time.
Absolutely, Book, and let me tell you, managing body odor, that used to eat up a lot of time. Always worrying about it, especially around midday, but not anymore since we started using Mando.
Yeah, but tell them why, Brad.
Well, Mando isn't like those other deodorants that just mask the odor with heavy fragrances. Mando stops odor at the source. It blocks bacteria on your skin from breaking down sweat, which, by the way, is what really causes that BO.
And it's clinically proven to control that odor for up to 72 hours. Now that's long-lasting, man.
It really frees up so much time since switching to Mando. I've even perfected my half-court shot, believe it or not.
Man, that's awesome. And let me add, I've been using Mando everywhere. Pits, grundles, and even those stinky crevices. We all got his aluminum-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, and vegan. Designed by a doctor who knew what was up about body odor, man.
And for our listeners, we got something special. New customers can get $5 off the Mando starter pack. That's over 40% off. Just use our code BOOKER at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com.
Use shopmando.com. Check out their starter pack. Brad and I would not steer you wrong.
With Mando, you're really taking care of your body odor anywhere and everywhere. Give it a try and let us know what you think.
All right, now back to wrestling. But remember, control your body odor anywhere, anytime with Mando, and save big with the promo code Booker at shopmando.com. Hey, y'all, Booker T here alongside with my main man, Brad Gilmore. And today we're talking about something that could really change the game when it comes to how you get paid.
That's right, Booker, because let's face it, life doesn't just happen every 2 weeks. So why wait for a payday? With Earn In, the money you've earned already can be in your hands today.
Earn In is this incredible app that lets you access your pay as you earn it. We're talking about up to $100 per day and up to $750 each pay period.
All you got to do is download the Earn In app, verify your paycheck, and boom, you can access up to $100 a day as you work. And the cool part, you just leave an optional tip, and any money you access plus the tip gets repaid when your next paycheck rolls in.
Brad, I'm always talking about staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Imagine having that extra cash for that surprise date night, or maybe when you have to take the furry little friend to the vet unexpectedly.
Absolutely, Booker. Or even those times when you need to grab a last-minute gift, or maybe you're a little short on rent, or hey, even you might want to pick up some new gear for yourself or your kids or your lady.
Folks, make Earn In part of your financial playbook. Join over 3.5 million customers who are finding financial stability and peace of mind thanks to Earn In.
So don't wait around for a payday. Get your money when you need it. and take control of your finances. Download Earn In today and experience what it's like to access pay on your terms.
Get started with Earn In now and join the millions who are getting their pay their way. It's time to earn in, not just earn. Check it out, man. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Booker T here alongside Brad Gilmore on the Hall of Fame podcast. Man, the NBA playoffs are rolling, and I'm pumped up about the matchups we're seeing. Imagine sitting courtside, feeling that playoff intensity up close.
Absolutely, Book. And you know, with Game Time, getting there to witness the action live is easier than ever. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which means snagging playoff tickets is just a few taps away.
That's right, Brad. And here's the cool part. Prices on the Game Time app actually drop closer it gets to tip-off. You heard me. Plus those killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, and seat views right from the app. Game Time really takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets.
And let's not forget their lowest price guarantee, or as you say, their lowest price G guarantee. If you find a better price, Game Time will hit you back with 110% of the difference. That's confidence right there, BT.
And let me tell you, seeing the view from my seat on my phone before buying it is a game changer, dog.
Can't beat that, BT. Plus, with no surprise fees at checkout, what you see is what you pay. And for anyone worried about the what ifs of life, Game Time has got your back with event cancellation protection, job loss protection, and more.
So here's what you got to do. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Booker for $20 off your first purchase. That's right, $20 off. See your favorite NBA team light up the playoffs. Just spell out Booker when you sign up. Terms apply.
Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Download Game Time today and take the stress out of your playoff experience. Remember, that's gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Get in the game with Game Time. You're going to love it as much as we do. All right, y'all, back to the Hall of Fame. Oh, yes. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Hey, man, we're getting close to wrapping it up, y'all. We got a short show today just because we got some business going on that's totally out of our hands. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. But we here now, and I know we want to get to these super chatters. You got something else you want to throw at me before we get to the super chatters?
No, let's get to the chatters.
What's your preference?
Let's get to the chatters. Let's do it.
Okay.
Look, this show's about who, Book? It's all
about the people. It's about the people.
That's right. So we're going to go to the people right now. This first one is from Mike Edwards.
Super chat. Big Mike.
Mike Edwards, you guys hear the rumored fight in December, Canelo versus Bud Crawford. If that happens, who you got, and what's up with Garcia? Did he fail or pass drug test? Well, I think they're still working out the specifics of the Ryan Garcia issue.
Actually, the Ryan Garcia, I think the B test the B sample got tested, and if I'm not mistaken, I was just reading that somehow he passed it.
Yes, that's what I saw as well.
That's what I don't like I said, I didn't get too far off into the story. I didn't go to try to do a whole lot of research on it, but I did read that earlier today, and Devin definitely was responding quite quickly. But I did hear about Canelo and Bud perhaps may be happening. Nothing is in stone or anything like that. Nothing has been signed on the dotted line or anything like that, I don't think. But who would I have in a fight like that? I'm gonna tell you right now, I like everything about Canelo. I love his counterpunching ability. What he went out and did on Saturday night against Jaime Munguia, it was quite extraordinary. It really was. I mean, it showed that he really haven't lost too much of a step at all, as far as I'm concerned. He fought valiantly, but against Bud Crawford, man, I'm not betting against that dude at all, just because, man, he is so prolific. He really is. His fight game is tight. There again, we talk about defensive game. He's a great defensive fighter, but I've seen Bud get hit on the chin as well, and the dude can take a shot. I see Bud Crawford winning that fight if everything's straight down the line. We know boxing. If it's close, I'm gonna give it to Canelo. But if it's a knockdown smash wipeout, it's gonna be Bud Crawford.
I guess my big question on that one is, well, what weight class is it at? You know, I mean, Canelo, what did they just fight at this last weekend? What weight? Because what was that, a
168?
168, right? Yeah. And then Bud Crawford is a welterweight, right? Isn't that 147?
Yeah, 147, but I think you fight at 54 as well, and I don't think 68 is that far out of the realm of taking a super fight.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that it's out of the realm. I'm saying what weight do they fight at? You know, does Bud have to come up to Canelo?
I think 60, 68. You know what I mean? I think somewhere around in there, catch weight. You know, I mean, I think that deal could be made just because I think people want to see it.
Well, people, of course, want to see it, yeah.
You know, I think even without the belts, people still want to see that fight right there. So, I don't know. I think that's what the fight game has come to now, more so than guys, waiting to fight, certain guys, you know what I mean, in their weight division, Well, this is a super fight. That's a fight that you definitely you cannot miss out on. You would not want to miss. It'd be sold out. It'd be sold out. They have to do it somewhere other than T-Mobile. It'd be that big.
Maybe do it at the stadium. Might have to do it at the stadium. This comes from the Dork Knight.
Super chat.
Booker, would you consider managing Jade and Bianca as the new Harlem Heat? Pardon the pun, but I think that would be fire.
I love it, man. I love the idea, man. But you know what, man? I don't want to be managing nobody. You know what I mean? I really don't. I love Bianca and Jade, and both of them wearing that fire red. Definitely it made me feel, something special about, my time with Harlem Heat. And just watching those two, man, they're very, very dynamic duo. But now I don't want to manage anybody. I love watching it, from an outside perspective, like they say, that 30,000 view perspective. I like being able to watch it, man. I don't want to be on the road. I don't want to travel, and be going from city to city to city to city, state to state, country to country. I don't want to do that anymore. I really don't. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm just doing NXT and being a part of the NXT, crew. I'm so happy. And there again, before I move any further, Alicia Taylor, congratulations for moving to the main roster. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. You're so freaking awesome at what you do, and SmackDown is getting a jewel. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, shout out to Alicia Taylor. Been doing a great job in NXT for a long time, and now she's gonna get that main roster rub, baby.
Rub. She's getting rub. She's getting rub. Oh yeah, man.
Here comes our next one.
Super chat.
Guy Toenail says, I was so looking forward to Gable Stevenson. Oh well, rumor was that he just couldn't cut it. If so, what do you think he was lacking? He went ham for USA. Yeah, he was great gold medalist, but Booker, I think that he's one of the biggest flops in WWE history, if I'm being honest. As far as what we were, look, just as far as what he was touted to be.
As far as the build up, you could say
that's what I'm saying.
As what people was expecting to see from Gable Stevenson, just because he had the look, he had that everything that you check off as far as that box go. I mean, Gable, he had all of that, man, and for it not to pan out, I think it was him not really. What word should I use? Buying all in. Not really saying, man, I'm really going to throw everything into doing this and being the best at it. Yeah, 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out. Let's just say that. Yeah, that's a better analogy.
I agree. I don't think he was 100% focused on this.
Exactly. I think that's what it was more than anything. Could he have cut it and really pull this thing off? Probably. But I really think that wrestling bug was still in his system, and it was hard for him to really get it out.
Amateur wrestling. It
seemed like he still had something still to prove. And there again, just having 1 foot in and 1 foot out, I think that was his problem.
We're coming up on our last about 3+ minutes of the show, but we still have about 5 super chats, so we're going to try to get them all in here in time.
Super chat.
This is Alex Constantino. How many wrestler weddings have you been to, and whose was the most fun? I don't know if you keep account of that.
I've been to two weddings. Yeah, like maybe 2. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. No one you want to share?
Ric Flair, DDP.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were at Rosenberg's wedding. I don't know if that counts.
Rosenberg as well.
I don't know if that counts. Alex Cosentino also says, what's more important, being respected by the fans or by your peers?
Both.
Yeah, I don't think you can. That's not a one or the other, right? They're both important.
Yeah. One could say you don't need to respect to the fans, but the fans, if it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be doing this. But as far as your peers go, it's a definite that you got to have respect from your peers. From my perspective, I know I always demanded respect, and if I didn't get it, damn it, we would be fighting.
Absolutely,
that's simple.
This is from Big Breezo. Dragunov versus Ricochet was awesome on Raw. Hell yeah, it was. What a match that was, man. What a way for Dragunov also to feel like a big deal.
You guys are going to listen to me sooner or later. You're going to start buying into everything that what I talk about. I said Dragunov is a talent like no other. This guy's next level. He could go out and do it, and he can do it with anybody. That's Ilya Dragunov. I said 20 years from now, you guys, this generation, this era, going to be talking about how damn good Ilya Dragunov was. Next.
Two more. We got this from Alex again. This is actually a great question. If DX had invaded WCW and got backstage and cameras were rolling, what would have Booker T done in that moment?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if it would have been my brother and myself and maybe a couple of other guys, wasn't too many guys at WCW was going to do. Most of them was going to run. Most of them. But if they would have ran in on me and my brother, we would have still been beating the hell out of DX right now.
Been whooping their ass. I love it. And then our final one. This is
some of the guys was like, shut the door, shut the door. Damn it, open the door.
Who said shut the door?
I can't remember.
Rat him out. Come on. Who was it? What was it? Disco?
Call it any names. but it was a couple of them that was scared as hell.
Our final one of the day here. There's a big one too.
Super chat.
A $50 bomb. We appreciate you.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you.
Tim O'Chill says, greetings. My name is Tim, and lately pro wrestling's opened my eyes and really stuck me since last year. Also, love to NXT is the future of pro wrestling in WWE. I love your work, Mr. Booker T. Seriously, Trick and Roxanne are amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Trick is definitely doing an amazing job. He's young, and he's just coming up, too. He just got into this business late, and now he's trying to figure it out. And Roxanne Perez, big ups. Congratulations to Roxanne Perez, NXT Women's Champion. She is truly the prodigy. She has very few holes in her game, if any. She's the best that I've ever produced. I just want to put that out there. Roxanne, you doing reality of wrestling, a hell of a job, and we love you. Hey man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, Caviar Dreams, ESPN 97.5, 925, as well as 102.5 The Game, as well as Podcast Heat. All you guys, man, we love you. Brad for all the heavy lifting, man. We appreciate you. And like I always say, till next time, guys, peace. We love you. We out.
John brings his skewed sense of humor. Jeff brings tips to cut strokes off your next round. Together, it's those weekend golf guys.
They'll pay a lot of money to PXG and Titleist and Callaway and on and on and on, right? How many yards do you think you're going to pick up with that extra driver? I think I can get an extra 5 to 10. What if I give you 15 to 20? You pay me more.
Jeff Smith teaches on a sliding scale.
Those Weekend Golf Guys, the podcast, part of the Believe Network. Just search BLEAV on YouTube or wherever you listen.